Hey guys, Harth here again. I'm bringing you another Hunter PvP commentary. I'm playing a Beast Mastery Hunter on the Arathi Basin Battlegrounds. This commentary is like 19 minutes long. It's been a few weeks. I wouldn't say that. It's been a while though since I've seen this game. This game is pretty old. I remember it being a really good game, but I don't remember specifically what happens in it. I've only watched a few pieces of it. Right, this is when everyone zerged Lumber Mill for some reason. But today I wanted to talk about a few things. It's 19 minutes long, like I said, so I'm sure I'm going to run out of things to talk about. But I want to bring up something first regarding my channel and video content. So, I'll talk about this, and then I'm sure I'll run out of things to talk about, and I'll go into some, like, play-by-play or game analysis or something like that. And, you know, as anyone who's seen some of my past few commentaries knows, I'm getting kind of bored with WoW at the moment. Like, it's not like I'm bored to the point of quitting. Like, that's not the case, but how do I want to word this? I'm not sure what it is. I guess maybe I'm a little bored of hunters? I don't know. Maybe I just need to give another class a play, but I'm feeling a little bored with WoW, and that's why I haven't been posting as many commentaries, along with the fact that I've been rather busy. I haven't been feeling it that much, so, and I really would like to put out a commentary a day, but I can't bring myself to PvP enough to do that, and I'm sure that does have a lot to do with hunters being underpowered in PvP. Let's be honest, because I don't enjoy doing not well. I don't want to straight up say bad, but I don't enjoy doing not well, and it always just frustrates me when I play a couple of battlegrounds and I can't do anything, and at times I really feel like the hunter class holds me back. So I don't know. I'm looking for something potentially to do another Let's Play on. The Space Marine Let's Play fell a little bit flat, and I haven't finished it. Reason being that I'm holding back the temptation to use any rude language. Someone decided to start putting up false copyright claims on all of my Space Marine videos. And, like, I did some research, and, like, this had been going on from this same person for a long time. Like, months. A good 5 or 6 months. And YouTube seemingly didn't, or wasn't doing anything about it. And, well, some of you may have noticed recently that there are ads appearing to the side of my videos. And, like, because I was invited to enable AdSense on my YouTube account. Thanks, YouTube. That sort of cleared up. It just sort of went away. I don't know what the problem was, but the thing is, it happened to several of my Space Marine videos, and I don't want that kind of thing to keep happening to my Space Marine videos. So, I mean, I really feel bad not finishing a Let's Play, but I just don't want to deal with that kind of stuff. Oh, I hope there aren't any long points in this game where I'm just sort of doing nothing because I haven't edited any of this. I'm fairly sure I go flawless in this game, so I know I haven't cut any deaths out. I don't know, it'll be fine. So I'm looking for another game to Let's Play, perhaps. You know, Terraria is still going fine. I've got another video to upload, which may already be up by the time you hear this commentary. So what I've been thinking about it, and what I've been thinking is, you know, one of the most looked forward to and hyped up releases of the year in the form of Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, because Skyrim is probably the game that I'm looking forward to most this year. Something I've been looking forward to all year, really, even more so than Battlefield 3, which is a little surprising to myself. And I was thinking of doing a Let's Play of Skyrim, but I'm not so sure on that fact. And that's where I want you guys to leave comments and give me your thoughts on it. Because, well, on one hand, it would provide a lot of video. Skyrim is going to be a huge game. It would provide me with a metric ton of potential videos. And, you know, it sort of fits in the same vein as WoW. I mean, I know it's not an MMO, obviously, and it's a single-player game. And, you know, a Let's Play is not PvP commentaries, but it's in the sort of same vein. I know a lot of people who, like, I know a lot of hardcore WoW players are really looking forward to Skyrim. And, I don't know, I feel like there are a lot of people out there who could enjoy both as I were to go forward and continue doing both. But here's the thing, Skyrim is a very story-oriented game. What? Harth? What did you just try to say? It's a very story-oriented game. Okay, I got it right that time. It's a very story-oriented game. And the thing about, you know, doing a Let's Play is that a lot of people would like to experience the story for themselves rather than, you know, watch videos of it. But then again, the same could be said about other RPGs that come out this year, like The Witcher 2, for example. You know, The Witcher 2 is a very story-oriented game, but I seem to recall Let's Plays of that being very popular. And, you know, for good reason. The Witcher 2 is an amazing game. So, I don't really see the story aspect of it being too much of a problem, but, I mean, I guess it could be construed as an issue. But my main problem with it is... how do I want to word this? I'm not really a perfectionist per se, but I'm the kind of person who... getting random guild invites there. I'm the kind of person who, you know, has to talk to everyone. I will literally scour every corner of a dungeon to find any and all loot that I may be able to take and or steal. And I don't know how I would go about editing this stuff, because obviously, you know, Skyrim is a huge game, so it makes for a lot of video content, but at the same time it makes for a lot of quote-unquote filler, because there's a lot of traveling involved depending upon how much you want to use quick travel, depending upon how the quick travel system even works in the game. I mean, obviously, it's no problem editing out like a 5-minute horse ride from one town to another. You know, I can edit that out, but it leaves, you know, random story elements and dialogue, things like that to consider, and also just the subject of quests, because there's going to be so much stuff to cover in that kind of game. So I don't know, if you have any slightest interest, you know, whether you're already subscribed to me or you're watching this video not subscribed to me, leave a comment below on any thoughts about doing a Skyrim playthrough, Let's Play, whatever you want to call it. Because I'm really looking for a lot of feedback on that. I mean, I'll be playing a lot of Skyrim anyway, because I'll be writing a review on it. Quote-unquote review. I say review, it wouldn't be a review, because, I don't know, I don't feel like you should really give a review properly on an RPG like Skyrim if you put like 60 hours into the thing, but that's irrelevant. You know, I'll be doing something like that for my blog, so I'll be playing a lot of it anyway, and I just figure I could record some of it, but I don't know what the best way to go about doing it would be. So, now that that's covered, and this game is like not even halfway over, it's got about 10 minutes left, let's just get into some play-by-play and game analysis. Play-by-play is going to be rather hard, because I haven't seen this game since I played it 2 weeks ago. But at the moment, we have 4 bases. The Alliance has 1. Our score is 850 to 490, I think that says. Not sure if I'm reading that score right. The quality on my Sony Vegas is kind of low, but I think that's what it is. So, yeah, I decided the lumber mill wasn't a good idea. Clearly, as there was like 6 people up there. There was a lot more than 6 people up there. Their whole team was up there. So, obviously, oh, we lost something. We only have 3 objectives now. So, in a situation like this, obviously you just want to sit back and defend, because you're on track to win. you're on course to win, and there's no point in, doing stupid stuff or getting aggressive unnecessarily, when you can just sit back on your bases and win. So, that's pretty much what this entire, game from here on out consists of, honestly. But they ended up I think they formed 2 main attack groups. One to assault Blacksmith and one to assault Farm. And really, that's the only way you would go about doing it in the alliance situation. Is you just have to attack 2 different locations and hope you can break the defense. So right here, I'm mainly trying to stay away from that Death Knight. I get a little bit of terrible kiting on here. My main objective here was to try and stay out of melee range of all characters that posed a threat to me, and then pick off weak players, rather. I guess at that moment I was targeting that hunter because you always got to target the same class that you're playing. Why, I'm not sure, but I always just try to pick off weaker players. Either obviously weaker players because you can see they don't have as much health, or they're getting hit harder, so they don't have as much resilience, or just actual weak characters, as in they've already been reduced to 10% health. Let's kill still whoever did that. And really, I feel that's the best position to be in as a hunter because we're too underpowered to really do much else. No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm just terrible, but I don't know. That's just where I feel most comfortable. Hiding in a bush, targeting weak players. So we managed to hold off the defense. We managed to hold off the offense at Farm. But unfortunately, they've managed to secure another base. However, we still have 3, so it's kind of irrelevant. Because we can still just hit. Still just can't stay on defense and win. We don't need to get aggressive or do anything stupid. Because we're at such a point advantage that we can just win like this. And that's essentially what we do. See, I hang around here at Farm for a little bit. Just so, we can defend it. And then this huge force comes from Lumber Mill. Like, their entire team. And once again, I think they divide up between Blacksmith and Farm. Ideally, I think you would prefer to choose... In the Alliance's situation, I think you would prefer to choose 2 places which weren't really connected with each other. But that could be a problem at this point, because we have Farm, Blacksmith, and Gold Mine. All of which we can easily fall back to if one gets overrun. So I guess that isn't really an option. Here they just had to attack and hope for the best. Although it actually looks like most of them decided to try and just zerg in the truest sense of the word. Farm, because there's a lot of people here. But as you can see, we get some reinforcements showing up from other places. And it looks like we're going to hold pretty easily. I'm trying to focus down this other hunter here. Because, he's a hunter. And then there's this mage who goes down pretty easily. And yeah, we held it again, amazingly enough. I seem to remember actually being a bit worried at that point because I was unsure if we were going to hold. But we managed to hold. And at this point, I get up on my mount, and I'm going to head to Gold Mine and see if they need any help. I'm not sure what drove me to the conclusion that they may need help, but at least I think I end up going to Gold Mine. Yeah, I do. It actually doesn't look like they're in need of any help. I just decided... I think what this was I was live comming it maybe, and I was tired of defending Farm, so I decided to go somewhere else. And you can see the Alliance tried to send a small force to attack Gold Mine, but unfortunately, it's not enough. It really just isn't enough. So I'm sitting here attacking this Warlock, and he goes down really easily. Then we have this pesky Paladin. Paladins are always really annoying. but unfortunately it's like 3 or 4 on 1, so he drops really easily. And we're still holding them 3-2. So it's all about having good defense. And really, I feel this is the best position to be in, having farm, gold mine, and blacksmith, because they are so easily reinforceable from the other locations, because they're such a short distance away from each other. Especially if you have access to various things like engineering trinkets. Well, not specifically trinkets, but like the parachute or rocket boots or something. Because you can easily like just parachute your way to gold mine from blacksmith if you need to get there quickly. So this hunter ended up coming back, and attacking a base on it by yourself is never really a good idea. You have to group up in a situation like this. Sure, it may seem like a good idea to try and spread the defending forces thin by attacking all the points at once, but it doesn't work out. So I saw that guy. Run like down the backside of blacksmith, and figured he was going to gold mine. So I come over here because farm isn't really getting much attention at this point in time, and I saw a couple of people there heading down to gold mine. So I'm coming over here to help defend them, because gold mine is located at the back of Arathi Basin from where they have positions. So you don't really need to keep that many defenders here, but they tried to push it hard. And again, we had farms, so we could reinforce it easily. And let's see. Score is currently 14-10 to 980. We're getting ever so close to victory. And I believe for the rest of the game, we end up pushing them away from gold mine and up to the farm. Stables, rather, up to stables. And we just sort of do a little bit of skirmish fighting up here. I say skirmish fighting, but, you know, there's really no other word for it. Speaking of fighting, I know I left it on such a short notice on my last commentary about Mists of Pandaria. The new battlegrounds. I can't wait for those. Like, I am uber psyched for the Mists of Pandaria beta. I really am. Because I can't wait to try out all the new stuff. I know that the new zones are just going to be huge steps up from what we saw in Cataclysm. I'm sorry to go off on this route, but it just came to my attention. Like, with as good as like the Worgen and Goblin zones were, I am really excited for the leveling content in Mists of Pandaria. And there's nothing wrong with the battlegrounds we got in Cataclysm either. Twin Peaks and Battle for Gilneas are two of my favorite battlegrounds. So I'm really looking forward to the battlegrounds. We're getting a payload-style battlegrounds. I can't wait to see how that's implemented. I really cannot wait for that. So let's see. After going on that bit of a tangent, this game is coming to a close in under a minute. So let's see here. Like I said, we're just doing a bit of skirmish fighting here. I recall just like not caring at this point because my pet ended up dying. And as a Beast Mastery Hunter, there's not too much I could do. But this game's about to be over. So I figured I'd bring you guys a fairly long commentary. Leave your comments below on anything. I don't care. And thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next time.